So the PS4 and Xbox One, they've both been out for about 2.5 years now. The PS4 will get a fancy new PlayStation VR, while the Xbox One, well, Microsoft is still trying to figure that one out. With recent rumors that Sony is working on an updated, more powerful version of the PS4, dubbed PS4.5, which will support the 4K resolution, it leaves some pretty important questions. And if it were true, it will be a major shift in the video game console business. But it's not just the PS4 that's getting an update. Microsoft's Phil Spencer recently said they see a future that you'll be upgrading your Xbox One instead of buying a new console. Now, his statement came in relation to their Universal Windows platform, but to me, it seems to be highlighting a trend here. I don't want to jump to conclusions here, but the PS4 update might not be a massive upgrade. It might just be a new SKU, or perhaps with a slight performance bump. The 4K support thing might not actually be about 4K output. Since to output at 4K resolution, you probably need a very powerful graphics card, which even a top-of-the-line card might have trouble doing at a consistent frame rate. If it's just an algorithm that scales the resolution up, then you're probably looking at a loss of detail. It won't be as impressive as it could be. If Sony does this would be an unprecedented move. It could even signal a loss of faith with their existing customers that bought a PS4, expecting to get the best current-gen gaming experience for their TV. But you gotta admit that even after a year, the PS4 and the Xbox One has had a tough time holding up in terms of performance, poor frame rate and below 30 FPS gameplay. Maybe it's not a big deal for many console gamers out there, but since I actually play a vast majority of games on the PC, I can start to see the gap between my PC and my PS4. So what happens to compatibility? You know, like how certain apps only run on newer OS? Will upgraded hardware mean different requirements for games? Some will require the new PS4 while others might work on both. Or will Sony force devs to make games that are compatible for both PS4s? I have an idea of how this could work. Sony could set a 30 FPS minimum benchmark for the PS4, while they can enforce a 60 FPS minimum for the new PS4. And wow, I didn't actually believe this day would come. We'll start having different graphic presets for the different PS4 SKUs. It's likely that Sony will want developers to release games for both platforms with different settings. Maybe PS4.5 will be a more premium version of the PS4 with better graphics and a higher price. Making a console revision so early in the life cycle of the console is quite weird, considering most people that get a console don't want to mess around with this whole upgrading business, which we PC gamers are so accustomed to. Getting a new console means expectations that games will simply work as long as the console is supported. The advantages of a console over a PC in terms of compatibility with future games will become blurred, and consoles will lose some of the advantages it has over the PC. Why get a console when you know a decent upgrade to your PC could give you a much better experience? Regardless, these are interesting times we live in. Consoles are evolving and becoming less about the plastic grey box in your living room. Perhaps we'll see a more modular console hardware, maybe in a not so distant future. Upgrade what you want to customize the experience you want. So what do you think about the PS4.5? Are you excited about the prospects of a new PS4? Or do you feel enraged that Sony, well, is going to demote your hardware to a has-been? Sound off in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. This is Frags, the Malaysian Gamer, signing off. I'll see you in the next video.